Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and you're going to want to stick around because the third answer is a secret that many people doing book launches are not aware of what they should be doing when they're not doing book launches. So I'll be telling you a little bit about that later. So the question that was sent in today was, how do you do a self-publishing book launch? Now, this is an excellent question that people who are just getting started or have been doing it for a very long time want to know. Because with a book launch, the whole point of it is that we're building up the excitement with your book being released. It could be a launch of any product, actually, but the book launch, when you're coming out with it, you want to get as many sales as possible because that will build the buzz that is necessary to win in the long run with your specific book. Right? And so it can be very painful if you come out with a book with no launch whatsoever and the book just completely flops. It can feel a little bit humiliating. I've been there and seen it where I have a book that releases onto the market, but then there's no sales at all on that particular book. And we would like to avoid that embarrassment, and a book launch is an excellent way of not ending up with that exact problem. So before we get into that, I will just let you know this is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com. Click the subscribe button if you would like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in my description and you can grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing checklist to ensure you're not skipping any of the most important steps to keeping self-publishing easy. Because here at selfpublishingeasy.com, we're trying to make sure that self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. So let's get into it. Let's start with my story and on the subject of book launches. Well, when I first started and I put my very first book on the market, I also understood this concept of book launches. It was one of many thousands of things I needed to figure out how exactly I was going to do and what steps should you take in order to make sure that you are, in fact, not making those mistakes that most authors make when they first come out with their self-published book. So I had my first self-published book and I was ready to sell a lot of it. So that was my first thing. I put it on a free promo and asked all of my friends and family to download a copy of it for free. And it was very exciting because you could track the rankings as the book went up in the free promos. And it ranked really high. I was like, wow, look, I'm in the top 100 free books on Amazon at the time. And that was really exciting and all until something happened, which was the book went off the free promo and it completely flopped on the next step there. Does that make sense? And so when I finally got it off the free promo, it did not rank and it didn't get any additional sales. But that's when my friend Vincent, he recommended a course on running ads. And that was something that was incredibly helpful in order to make sure that I actually could figure out a way to get my books to sell. And by running ads against the books, and especially during the launch period, that drastically starts to increase the sales, getting the book already a buzz and in front of people so that your future readers, they're going to be able to do it. And if it becomes new and noteworthy, where Amazon will actually take your book and make sure that it gets right in front of the eyes of your target audience and will rank you higher than books that have been out there for a long time, even though many of my oldest books are still selling every single day. But for your newer books, you actually have an advantage if you play it correctly, okay? So that was what I discovered, and the key is the ads triggered massive sales. And that's something that, with regards to a book launch, that can be implemented. In other words, we have the book that immediately hits the market, and we're pushing ads against it right away. We don't want to wait, because they say in the first 30 days, you have a special opportunity to make sure that your book's going to specially sell, okay? So that's something you definitely do not want to give up the opportunity on. So, but let's get into the answers regarding this confusing question of how do you get a book launch set up properly? Well, the first is, if you have a network, you're going to tell everyone you know about your book hitting the market so that they could promote it through their channels, their email lists and the readers that they have, the audience you've built, hopefully perhaps you've done it through content marketing. That's an effective way. You have a blog, you're putting segments, parts of your book out onto different WhatsApp, Wattpad, or other locations where people can actually read the book, right? Or you already have existing readers and you're in contact with them. So we have a network of people and we're asking them all at that same time. In addition, there's a couple more things we can do. The second thing is, if you don't have a network, we can still run ads against our book, and we can put it, if we're in KDP Select on Amazon, we can put our book on KDP Select and drop the price down to 99 cents and still be making the 70% profit. We can do this for like a 5-day period upon the launch, triggering Amazon's algorithm to come into play and to start helping our book to sell a lot more copies when it hits the market. So this is another strategy that a lot of self-publishing successful authors have discovered over time, is that this is a fantastic way to go about doing it, where you're getting those sales in because you're getting, people will see, wow, at 99 cents, and especially if you had it. But that leads us to the secret answer for today, which is how exactly to do this whole book launch process. And the answer is, you should be building your network in order it will help you win in the long run. And that is to say, getting in contact with other authors who are in your same niche, building an email list through a lead magnet that's inside of your book to find your readers, to make sure that you can inform them every time you're coming out with a new book. Because if they all purchase this book at the same time, it builds a momentum that Amazon itself, it's not able to ignore it, and it will then organically take your book and stick it in front of the eyes of all of your readers, of possible new readers who shares things in common with your old readers. With all of the artificial intelligence and machine learning that they have going on, they'll see your book is successful and maybe they should put it out to more people. So these are things you're definitely going to want to consider with regards to your book launch. Well, what have you found? Have you tried to do a book launch? Go ahead and let me know below in the comments, and check out above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.